For reviewing peers, the second review task is to provide feedback. Clicking on this task will navigate the student to this page where the student work being reviewed is displayed as a Google Doc. Here, the reviewing peers are supposed to post their feedback as comments in the document. In the same page, peers can click on Feedback Tasks button to access the feedback tasks. This is to guide their feedback provision based on the plan they built previously in parallel to feedback provision. Reviewing peers can mark these tasks completed or not. This list also lets them see the overall progress in feedback provision regarding the initial plan. For the student receiving reviews, the second task is to check the feedback received and discuss. Clicking on this task will navigate the student to this page where they can access peers' feedback as comments posted on the Google Doc. The student should check all the feedback received and reflect on them to share their interpretation and to ask questions for clarification. While inquiring about the feedback, the student can plan their follow-up actions accordingly, that is, they can determine the changes that he will make based on the feedback. In Synergy, learning actions are the goals that the students set based on the received feedback. Later, students can perform these actions by incorporating the desired improvements in their work, thus achieving the goals. For example, here the student has already created some learning actions. To view the existing learning actions, students need to click on Show, Hide button. In the same page where they are reading the peers' feedback, students can add a new action by clicking on this Learning Action button. Upon clicking, the form for creating a learning action is displayed. In this form, students need to enter a description, optionally the corresponding feedback, an expected completion date, and the difficulty level. These pieces of information are requested for students' own monitoring and regulation of their learning. Action Planner tool can be used to access all actions and manage them. Through Action Planner, students can view all the actions and create a new one. They can also discuss them by clicking on the Discuss button. When a new learning action is created, all reviewing peers receive a notification about it, indicating that the student, whose work is being reviewed, has created some learning actions. Clicking on any of these notifications takes the reviewing peer to next page where all learning actions created by the student are listed as seen below. For example, the peer wants to ensure if create a function is an action that correspond to his feedback about create a generic function. So, he clicks on Discuss button to access the discussion page about this particular action and posts a discussion comment. To check if the intended action matches his feedback, the target student will receive a notification about a comment made by a reviewing peer on the learning action. By clicking on the notification, the student can open the discussion page about the learning action and respond to any questions or comments. All feedback should be discussed, and the action plan should be created before the deadline set by the instructor.